Hello everyone, it's Sami Kuti and I'm here with
Honorable Chukudalo Christopher Nnapede.
Honorable. How are you feeling today?
I'm good, my brother.
Okay, can you tell us about your constituency and the people you are representing?
Okay, once again, my name is Honorable Chukudalo Christopher Nnapede, representing the good and the bad people of Ariaria Ward 9.
Okay, good and the bad people.
Yeah.
So why do you say the good and the bad people?
In every 12, there must be a Judah. So when you come to Ariaria Zone, you cannot say for sure that every person in Ariaria Ward 9 are good people. So you represent both the good and the bad, with intentions that the bad they are, that you can be able to make
Change them.
See reasons to change.
Okay. So I understand.
You don't change people. You make people see reasons to change.
So that means you are representing them from the good part.
Yes, I'm representing them from the good part, but I'm representing both the good and the bad.
Okay.
Understand? The bad people, but I'm representing them in a good way.
Okay.
I'm there for the betterment of all of them. Understand? Because some people that are committing crimes in the society, they are the bad people, and sometimes when you approach them, it's not their way. It's not what they wished or what they intended to do, but because of the situation of things around them,
I get
that is the reason why they indulge in some of these criminal or unlawful behaviors. So you don't, because of that, they are the bad eggs of the society. You will not advocate for them. You have to advocate for them too.
So for the people, for our viewers that don't understand, when you say somebody is a councillor representing a particular ward, so I want you to address it to them, make them understand, like just like the way we have the House of Representative, we have House of Assembly, and then there's this representative council for the local government. Just break it down, let them understand.
Okay, when you say a councillor, an honorable councillor, is just a legislative person, a legislative personnel. When you come to the state level, you call them the House of Assembly members. Then when you come to the federal level, you talk about the reps and the senators. They are the lawmakers. So a councillor is a lawmaker in the local government arm of government, the local government style of government. So a councillor is a person that represents his constituents by oversight. Understand? By oversight, by advocate. When you see a pressing issue in your constituent, it is your duty to bring it to the notice, to the attention of the legislative council of the local government. And when the legislative council, if after maybe 3 readings, they find reasons to look into your matter, and the executive arm now signs it into law, the project will be approved and carried out.
Okay. For the people that, like so many of us, like if we see somebody that is in politics, so far as we've seen your bill, you are contesting for something, there are things that we just expect from you, irrespective of they are not your job. So you talk about duty, it is your duty. So I want you to explain this duty more to the layman who is just seeing this for the first time, who is getting to know this for the first time. For me now, for instance, I don't even know my ward from where I'm coming from and who my councillor is. So I want you to explain because let them not expect you to, let people not say you're supposed to do this road when it's not under your scope.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want you to break what your work is.
First of all, it is not the duty of a registrator, whether the state or the local government or the federal, to build a road or to construct a road. It is the duty of the executive arm of every government. You know, sometimes when people see we leaders, let me not use the word politicians now, they tend to like feel that maybe, especially the registrators, they feel we have all the powers, all the money. People on daily basis, they bring their personal issues to you, their personal problems to you, and they want immediate solution because they feel that it is in your power, that you're already in power. So it is in your power to provide that their needs and necessities. First of all, a legislator, irrespective of any arm of government is a lawmaker. And is not a, how will I put it, he doesn't execute the law. He's only a lawmaker. It is the executive arm to put into practice what this lawmaker has done. Like when you ask something about, you don't know your word, you don't know, area ward 9, let me just say from Ososo, part of Ososo down to, when it comes to First Road, I'm not talking about the inner roads, down to Ukumango, is area ward 9. So when you get into the streets, they have some neighboring wards that maybe they have boundary with. People like Ososo 3, Ososo Ward 3, you have Ward 5, you have Ward 6 and Ward 9 and Ward 12. These are our neighboring wards, people that we have boundary with. So, okay, we also have boundary with Osisioma. No, I'm in Aba North Legislative Council. When you see a legislator doesn't do roads. A legislator can only point out that this road is due for innovation, that this building is due for rehabilitation, that this school or medical or primary health center is due for rehabilitation and construction, reconstruction. He is not the one that is to fund that project. He doesn't have the capacity, he doesn't have the power, he doesn't have the money to fund that project. Like now, the legislative arm of the state government have put into law for the reconstruction of all the primary health center in Abia State, and the executive arm, which is led by His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti, have approved the reconstruction of 200 primary health center all over Abia State. So someone seeing that project going on might think, okay, because of Honorable Uchoye is in Aba Central, and you see the primary health center, you say, oh, it's Honorable Uchoye that is doing this reconstruction. No, he might be the one that have moved that motion in the house for that primary health center to be reconstructed, but he's not the one that is reconstructing. The money is coming from the state or is coming from the executive body. Understand? Because we don't touch money. We are only salary earners. They pay us our salary, and maybe our sitting allowance. Understand? So we don't have the money, we don't have the power. We can't even sign any what would I call it? We can't, any bill that is being approved, we cannot sign the check to a contractor. Unless you want to fund it from your personal pocket. There are some projects which we fund from our personal pocket. You can decide to do an empowerment. That's the height or maybe the extent of which you can do as a legislator. You want to fund it from your personal pocket. That's when you call it empowerment. So that people that are from your constituency, they will benefit the dividend of democracy, which you are also benefiting from. You might save up your salary, the money you were able to save up from your sitting allowance, from your impress. There's what we call impress. Impress are like the money given to you to work for your constituency. So you might save up your impress, because the impress that comes, like for now I can't tell you the impact that's coming in a month, but it's very poor that you can't even use it to empower a person, talk less of a group of people. So but you might decide to save it up maybe over a 4 months period, and you say, okay, you want to use it to empower like five people or 2 people or 3 people. So you just use it to do a project, a mini project that will be beneficial. Understand? So I feel I've answered your question when it comes to what people talk about legislator, and you asked about expectations. Word. So when you talk about knowing your word, I feel the easiest way to know your word is when you look, if you are a qualified voter, you have a voter's card. You go to your voter's card, on top of your voter's card, there's where a code number is written that has slash slash. I think the last two column of that this thing,
The numbers.
code, the last two, okay, the one before the last has three figures. It's either 016 or 003 or 0. So that 016, I think, is your unit. Then the one that has two columns is your word. So word 909, then 016.
Okay.
So that's 09, just like date. 09016. That means you are from ward 9. Then 016 is now your polling unit,
Okay.
where you vote. But the one that has 09 or 03 or 0 this is your ward. And now you have to talk about your local government, because your local government, you will see it somewhere in your voter's card. You're from Osisioma. Understand? Because Osisioma might also have ward 9.
Okay.
Understand what I'm saying? So in your voter's card, you see Aba North, you see Osisioma, you see Obiungwa, you see Aba South. Then you now look for the code. So that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. I understand it very well now. So you say we can, in a nutshell, we can just go to a legislator and say we think this road or this project needs to be real. He can just raise the motion. And who do you think we should hold accountable if at the end of the day the executive do not deem it fit to approve such projects?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sami. First of all, it is also the function of a legislator to call council meeting, legislative councillor to call council meeting. Like tomorrow, I have a council meeting tomorrow at LG, First Road. So you're also invited. So when you come to council meeting, you throw it to the floor to know their pressing needs. You give them the opportunity to air their pressing needs. And when they air their pressing needs, it is your duty as a councillor representing them to take it back to the council, to take it back to the legislative house. Understand? To advocate for them. Then the leader now either sets up a committee, depending on what area this need falls in. Because in the house they have different committees, different house committee on health, house committee on education, house committee on environment, the house committee on legal and ethics, house committee on works, house committee on trade and commerce. So when the council meeting charge you to execute or to advocate for a particular function for them, it is your own duty to take it to the house, to take it to the council. So the leader will try his best in his own capacity to resolve it. If it's not something that can be resolved there easily, then the house will collapse to a committee, a committee of the whole house, and try to look into it, which will be headed by the particular committee that is in charge of that issue. And when they come up with something, if there is a bill, if it's something that needs to be, a bill needs to be passed, that's what I'm trying to let you know, that it can either come in form of a bill or something that can be tackled without passing a bill. But if it's something that has to do with passing a bill, it will go through the bill process. There will be a first reading, a second reading, and a third reading. After the third reading, then the bill is not passed and sent to the executive arm for approval. If the executive arm approves it, then it now becomes a law. It now becomes a law. So now you ask a question: who will be held if the bill didn't go through? Probably because the executive arm did not approve it. Now, what will be the question now will be, what will you do if that is very important to your people? I think if the executive arm does not approve it, what you have to, in politics, there's what we call negotiation and romance. You have to find a way to romance or negotiate with your executive chairman or executive body to approve your bill. If he doesn't approve it, there's also another way, the two-thirds of the house, understand, now have to vote. So, but it's best you don't force it.
You don't force it on them.
On them. You don't force it on the executive. Understand? So that's why you don't have to hold your councillor responsible if he doesn't see that your bill is being passed or that a challenge that is faced is not resolved. Understand? You don't, because it's something that is tactical. You follow all these things with wisdom. So I will not say you hold the councillor responsible. I will not say you hold the executive arm responsible. It's diplomacy. Some issues are easily solved. Some take a longer time to solve in politics. So there's always a story behind everything you see in the outside. So I cannot tell you particularly or categorically that you hold the chairman responsible or you hold the councillor responsible. But in short, I will say for now, hold your councillor responsible, because if you don't hold him responsible, he might feel reluctant and not push for it. But when he doesn't pull it through, don't crucify him, because you don't know the challenges he's facing in that sense. Thank you very much.
Okay. Honorable, you are arguably the youngest councillor in Abia State. So how does that make you feel?
I might not say in Abia State, but I might tell you in, I think, Aba North and Aba South.
Okay.
I think maybe Osisioma too. I feel it's a privilege, it's an opportunity for me. It's an opportunity for me because I'm not just a young councillor. Let me not say youngest councillor, but in my local government, in our legislative council, I think I'm the youngest councillor, but not just the youngest councillor, but I'm the councillor to the largest ward, largest ward in the east of the Niger, and the second largest ward in the whole of Nigeria. And it comes with great responsibility, because what others can comfortably do with maybe their 2 or 3 months salary, I may not be able to achieve it with my 4 months salary. With my 6 months salary, like double of. Because some of them have 23 wards, some have 26, some have 40 something. But I'm like 3 wards in one. I have 93 polling units. 23 polling units. I have 93 polling units. While some are charged with 23 units, 46 units, 26 units, and so on. So I feel it's a great opportunity for me to learn, because when it comes to leadership, you cannot say you are proficient enough. You cannot say that you are a master. You learn every day. So I feel like with this, I think David was very young when God chose him to be the king of his nation. So I am very young, and God chose me to be the councillor to the largest ward. I contested with a lot of people that are way older than me. I even contested with someone that is older than my dad. And God, in his infinite mercy, saw me through. I feel that is an opportunity, and I'm happy about it. I'm glad about it. I'm proud about it, because I feel so far so good. I'm doing well, and my people, they respect me too, because I carry all of them along. So I'm proud about it. I'm happy about it.
Okay. I'm going to derail a little bit, and I'll ask you, because you are young, and I feel like they used to say women are attracted to power. And now, how do you deal with it? Because you are still young and single and good looking also. So how do you deal with all that?
First of all, my social life, I don't like bringing my social life to public. Yes, I'm single, I'm young. Yes, I'm single, I'm young, but I'm not such.
Okay.
So, yes, what you said is true. Women are attracted to power, but I feel I feel it depends on principle and principle in my own aspect, first of all, and also some young ladies too are also principle. Not everyone is wayward. So some people are principled. They are not attracted to power. Some know what they want, and it's not just people that are attracted to riches and power. So for me, I don't see it as a challenge. I don't see it as a challenge because I was brought up in a good and God-fearing home. So I was well trained, and am I don't feel any challenge by women who are attracted to power. So so far so good. I've not been challenged by it at all.
Okay.
So
It's up to 100 days in your office.
it's not up to. Okay, I think this is about today is 8th, ba? Okay. Yes, we are almost 100 days in office. Not up to, but almost we are 90 something days now in office.
So are there things that are going to be celebrating? Are we supposed to give you some time?
So far so good. You will celebrate
Achievements.
yes, Imo Avenue Road, but that credit is a lot. Let me say 90% of that credit should go to Dr. Alex Oti and Honorable Iheke Kalo, my executive chairman,
Okay.
because they are the one that sponsored that project. Like I told you earlier, we don't sponsor projects. We only advocate for these projects to be approved.
Okay.
So earlier this year, we graded some roads in Abanot local government, and some road was also graded in Ariari and Ward 9.
Okay.
We graded Imo Avenue and the power line. So we were able to grade Imo Avenue from by Force Road till the end. And that road has been abandoned for a very long time. In fact, I don't think that any caterpillar have been in that road. So I supervised. Like I told you before, our function is an oversight function. What we do is an oversight function. So I was there to supervise that project. Personally, I was personally on ground there to supervise that project because that's my duty. It's an oversight function. The executive arm have already passed they approved that project, and I'm there to see and ensure that those people that have been given that project carry out that function, and the money is not diverted to other things. So I think that is something to
That's a lot.
to celebrate.
I'm happy for that. So this one is going to be stressful. Do you wish to continue in politics?
Yes, you asked me earlier that as the youngest councillor, which I tried to connect you, how do I feel? I told you it's an opportunity and it's a privilege for me to grow in leadership. Yes, and it's a privilege for me to grow in leadership. I wish to continue. Dr. Les Chioma Oti, His Excellency, he normally say to whom more is given, much is expected. He also says during the commissioning of Abanot new building, he told Ide Udabara that good work means more work.
Yeah.
So because Udabara did a good work, he told him that he should expect more work. So if after my 4 years and my constituents, my people, they feel that I have served them well, that I have represented them well, that I have advocated for them very well, and I decide that, and they decide they should return me. Who am I? If they decide to return me, who am I?
Okay.
So,
okay, I get. That's fine. So what's the biggest challenge you faced
I think my biggest
during
challenge.
the process?
I think my biggest challenge is that my constituency is very large, and in politics, a lot of people come with different interests, and it's not easy to satisfy people's
Everybody.
interest, regardless of everybody's interest, regardless of when the interest is multitude. Like the interest is so large. Understand? The interest is so large, but what you understand in politics is that you have to be loyal to the powers that are good for the interest of people. Everyone in Abia State can testify that the leadership and the powers that are good for the people is the leadership of Dr. Alex Chiama Oti, who is our executive governor. So that is where your loyalty has to fall in. So if your loyalty doesn't fall with the government and a working government, you are against the government, you are against the goodwill of the people. Understand? So if Alex, in politics, you definitely have enemies. Even the executive governor has enemies. Understand? So if you are not with the governor, you are definitely working with his enemies. Understand? So when you talk about politics, you cannot put enmity aside. So you cannot put interest aside. You cannot put loyalty aside. So loyalty is one of the ingredients of politics. You have to be loyal. So I'm loyal to my executive chairman, executive governor. I'm also loyal to my executive chairman. So Dr. Honorable Ihe Kalo.
Okay.
So wherever their interest is where my interest is, because so far so good. Their interest has been of the good of the people, and the people are testifying that they are doing a great job.
Thank you very much, Honorable. At this point, I think we're going to call it a wrap, and we've learned a lot from watching this video. So if you are watched to this point, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and share as many as possible. Thank you very much.